will now be recorded.
Can someone say me whether you can hear me? Like, am I audible to you? You
Yes,
can
ma'am.
also put it in a message. Yeah, thank you, Aditya. We'll start the class after 2-3 minutes.
conference is no longer being recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you can hear me. So, how was your exam? Have you all done your exam well? You can respond me in a chat box or you can unmute and talk to me. See, you have to respond me only, then the class will be like interactive so that I can continue with all the topics. Are you all there? Hi, Tarukeshwari. Fine. Then you still don't want to respond me about your exams or anything. Let me come with directly to the SAP. So you had the exams till Saturday, right? And after Saturday, did you go through the SAP, all the classes which we have done? Did you do some practicals? You can say yes, if you have done it. If not, you can reply me as no in a chat box. Yes, you can. Tarukeshwari, yes, you can, ma. Then, what about the others? Did anyone practice or not yet? Fine then. So I'll continue with the class. Okay. I've shared you some T codes. Hope you can go through it. You can practice those things. If you have any doubts later on while practicing, you can get back to me. Okay. So we have covered the topics of through the navigations, right? We have covered the topics through the navigations and through the T codes. I've explained you. The topics which I have covered to you was enterprise structure. Enterprise structure where we have created a company, group companies, then that means company code, assigning this branches as business area, credit control area, then assigning those to the companies. So this we have done. After this enterprise structure, we went to the next step, field status variant. Defining the field status variant, like which are the fields is required to fill, which are the fields to required to skip, or things that is blocked for a entry. So we had an option as required field, suppress field, optional field. Three options we had it. So which option you feel like filling, those options you can fill it. So field status variant. Then we went to the tolerance group. Tolerance group was having an information to give the difference amount of entry to an user while recording a transactions. Maybe if you are a person working on SAP, so you have been assigned to make a entry. So you can enter any amounts, whether it is plus or minus. When you record a entry with plus or minus, what you will do, you will be giving the values, right? Suppose you have a customer who has to pay you 1 lakh rupee, but later on they say like because of so late payment, or they are paying earlier, they feel like need some kind of discount, so you have to give a discount adjustment of some 2%, 3% less they are paying it. That less amount you have to make a entry. For this, a user is allowed to make an entry with the difference of amount. We call it as tolerance group. Then we went for the fiscal year. Fiscal year is a financial calendar year for which the business is doing a accounting. Every business will do a accounting for the 12 months of period. So those 12 months of period can be April to March, July to June, October to September, or even a calendar year which can be January to December. So which year you are going to maintain and in which language you are going to maintain, that accounting period you will specify in the fiscal year variant. Then the next step was posting period variant. In the posting period variant, you have to say that, so which are the entries they have given an access, whether to record the entries of customers, to record the entries of stock items, to record purchase entries, that is vendors entries, to record general ledger account. So these things we had an option as plus A D K M S. So you have to assign it from which period to which period. So from first month, that is April to March, as a posting period, and again in the 13th month, 13th to 16th month, it will be a special posting period which you will be assigning for the plus ADKMS. So which is posting period variant. After this, we went for the charts of accounts. Charts of accounts is what you have a option to create a groups, accounting groups. Accounting groups which we will be creating as assets, liabilities, and any other things like assets, liabilities, expenses, income, or direct expenses, indirect expenses, direct income, indirect income, current asset, fixed asset, long term loan, short term loan. In this way, you can create the accounting groups. Below this, we will have to create the entries, that is general ledger master, so that we can start posting the entries. So anything, if you have a doubt in the topics which I have mentioned now, or which is covered already through the navigations we have done once, and through the T codes we have done once. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Please be interactive to the class. Okay, you can give me your output on a chat box whether you have a doubt, you don't have a doubt, or you want anything to say, so you can say it over there. And since there is no response from your side, considering that there is no doubt for you, so I'll continue with the class. I'll continue with the class. So now let me share my screen. Hope you can see my screen now. If my screen is visible to you all, please mention it as 1 in a chat box.
Ma'am.
Fine. Thank you. Thank you for your response, all of you. So I'll show you few things about the previous session, which is charts of accounts. So we need few things to confirm so that we can continue here. Only then you will also able to do it when I'm starting to do this. So charts of accounts I have already created. I need to know the accounting groups. So I'll go with the T code slash N slash N O B D 4. Enter. Just checking this. If it is already created, we will continue for that. So going to position, I have created as RYL 1, Royal 1. So you have here the number range for assets, expenses, income, and liabilities. Look at this. I've given a expenses 1,111 to 1,001 to 20,000. Then 20,001 to 30,000 as income, 30,001 to 4,000 as an assets, then 40,000 to 40,001 to 50,000 as a expenses. Okay, so this number range you have to remember. This number range we have to remember, because according to this only now we are going to create the groups. I have given here, but still now for the class reference I'm going to do it here. It is already created, but still why I am showing you this, because we need to create a general ledger. We have to create the general ledger account. For creating a general ledger account, I'm going to continue with this. Okay, so now since the general ledger is created, let me go back. So to go back to the main screen, SAP Easy Access, only slash n and I press enter, it comes to SAP Easy Access. See, we have a two screen. One is SAP Easy Access. The other one we will go to SPRO, SAP Reference IMG screen. So which means it is this IMG screen is where we are using for configuration settings. Okay, two things. One is easy access screen, then implementation guide screen. Now, whatever we have done till now, we were doing through implementation guide screen. After this, I'll go back to the same screen where it is SAP easy access, because we have to create a ledger. So this ledger is required. So today's class, we need a ledger. So ledger is used for accounting entry. We call this as general ledger. General ledger, that is ledger master. You can also say this as ledger master. Why do we need this ledger master? We need this to record the entry. To record document entry. So what kind of document entry you will be doing? You will be doing purchase, sales, expenses, income. For all these things, you need a ledger master. So that ledger master you will be posting. Say example, suppose you have having some entry. Okay, so we have to pay monthly rent. We have to pay monthly office rent to the business. So when I have to pay this rent, every time we will make a provision and then we will be paying. We have a monthly rent to be paid to the owner, to be paid. So what I do, so I say here office rent for the month of January, for the month of January 2026 is paid to the owner. Maybe it is a owner's name, or even the building's name is paid to the owner. So I'm giving a building's name ABC complex. It is given to the building owner ABC Complex. So office rent for the month of January is paid to ABC Complex. Today you're paying. Okay, today you're paying. So today's date is 9 Feb 2026. Okay, 2026 you are paying. Okay, 2026 you are paying for which month? For January month. So you have a option debit and credit. Debit and credit. So what is debit and what is credit in this? What is debit and what is credit in this? Can you say me? What could be the debit and what could be the credit? Office rent paid to ABC Complex. Okay, so say I am transferring the amount through the bank on this by through SBI Bank. Through ICICI Bank, I am paying this. Now, when I pay this through ICICI Bank, you have to record this entry. Tell me what could be the debit and what could be the credit in this. You can put it in chat box. This is a entry. I'll check now. I need what has to be debited, what has to be credited. Let me check your reply. So no one has a answer for debit and credit. You are paying office rent for the January month in the month of February to the ABC complex through ICICI Bank. You can put it in chat box. Do it fast. So usually what we will do is when rent is paid, when you learn accounting, okay, you will be having the general entries. What you will be doing is office rent. Office rent, rent paid is an expenses. You will do this. Credit you are paying through ICICI Bank. This is what you would have learnt it. Yes, I agree. This is also a correct method of entering. But if I have to nullify the transactions, actual method as per accounting system, okay, actual accounting method, you have to do it in this way. Okay, why I'm saying you this, if you have heard this line or if you remember this line, maybe if your account, like there is one way they will say every entries what you do will have a two effects. In the two places it will be affected, or in two places it will be reflected. Why do we say this? Because we have anything to record the entries in the method of plus and minus, where when I receive, so when I receive I will add it, at the same time when I pay it is minus. A best example, when I make a purchase, stock comes. Okay, so we made a purchase, stock comes. This purchase amount we have not yet paid. Okay, purchase. Okay, purchased from ABC, say take it as from supplier. Purchase from supplier A for rupees 55,000. I made it. So here what happens? I have to pay him. I have to pay him 55,000. This 55,000 is my outstanding amount, right? It becomes my outstanding amount. And this outstanding amount, we have to pay them back. So what I will do the next day when I'm paying this, minus 55,000. Minus 55,000 I pay. 55,000. So outstanding amount is been cleared. Which means in your report of outstanding, it will show you that you are supposed to pay 55,000, and when you paid it will say zero balance, that is you have paid. The same example I'll tell you here. So this is when office rent for the month of January is paid to ABC Complex on 9th of February 2026. So what I will do on 31st of January 2026, I will make one entry saying that debit office rent. Okay, let me make a table and I'll show you. So I'll take it here as particulars, and then here as debit amount, and here as credit amount. Okay, same thing. In simple, for your understanding, I have to mention here as debit, but directly I'll give. If you want me to add one more column, I can add it here. Insert a column to the left. Just for your understanding, I'm typing this debit office rent. So amount is, we have to give a amount of rupees 30,000. Office rent debit 30,000. Credit, there is nothing. So now what I will do, again I will say credit. Credit to whom I'm paying? I'm paying to ABC Complex. ABC Complex. Here there is no debit amount. You have here 30,000. This is one entry which you make it on 31st of March. After this entry, you will have to do another transaction when you're paying a rent. So I am paying a rent on 9th of February 2026. So now what happens? This rent is been paid on the next day. So debit, who is receiving? Here I am supposed to pay to ABC Complex. Now I am paying this amount to ABC Complex. Okay, how much? 30,000 through bank. Which bank? ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank. Okay, so what happened? Office rent is an expenses. As per your rules, you have a accounting rules. According to accounting rules, you can also say it as accounting rules or golden rules of accounting. Anything is fine. So the first one is nominal account. Nominal account. So we have it to say this debit and then credit. So in a debit all expenses and losses. Expenses and losses. Credit all incomes and gain. This is first one. Second rule, it is not that this is the first rule, this is the second rule. Overall, there is a three rule. In this three rule, we are seeing one by one after the other. Next one, we will take it as real account. In the real account, it is again debit and then credit. Real account debit, the debit what comes in. Debit what comes in. And then credit what goes out. So then the last one is personal account. As per this accounting rule of personal account, so again we have the same thing, debit and credit. In the debit, debit the receiver. Debit the receiver and then credit the giver. Now what happens in this rule? In this rules, nominal account, real account and then personal account. In the three rules, if you observe this, nominal account, debit all expenses. The company is using some services for which it is paying. So debit the expenses. So this place, office rent, is given by the person who gives you the place is the giver. Okay, the person who is giving, the giver, ABC complex is giving the place. So crediting the giver. Now, since he has given me a place, it is me who has to pay. So, I'm paying him a money. So, when I'm paying a money, he is the person who is going to receive the receiver. And how I'm paying? I'm paying through the bank. Bank is also a name of a business, a financial institution. So, it comes under personal account, the giver. Okay, receiver and giver. Now what happened here? I had an outstanding of 30,000 on 31st of January for the month of January rent. In the month of February, on 9th February, I've paid it, so this balance becomes clear. There is nothing to be paid now. At the same time, in the bank, this balance will get deducted. Okay, so this is how we have to do. So every transaction will have this. Now what is the connection between this GL account? GL account is a ledger master that we need a master to record the transactions document entry, to record the document entry. Okay, so you can also say it as it is an accounting head. You need it for recording transaction. Okay, we need ledger to record the document entries because it is a accounting head. So this is what you will be showing as closing balance. Closing balance of that particular month, of that particular year in your uh, trading accounts, profit and loss balance sheet. According to that, it will have an effect. So it is an accounting head used for recording transactions. Okay, so we have to create this general ledger. How to create this ledger we will see. Till this one, if anybody having a doubt, please tell me so that I will rectify your doubt. I'll clarify your doubt, then I'll continue with the session. Anybody having a doubt, ask your doubts. If no doubts, please mention it as one in a chat box. Okay. So three response saying that no doubts. Fine then, I'll continue with the class. So now we will continue as a practical for creating a ledgers. So which is called as GL master creation, or you can also say it as centrally. So to create this, From the SAP Easy Access, screen, go to the accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, master record, general ledger accounting, accounts, then individual processing, then FS00. FS00. I'm repeating this. From the SAP Easy Access screen, you have to go for accounting, financial accounting, general ledger. From general ledger, master records, GL account, individual processing. Under this individual processing, FS00. FS00, you have to do it. So when I go for this FS00 centrally double click, you will get a account for creating. Look at this. It says company code A101. Our company code which we are maintaining is this is Royal RYL1. And even the charts of accounts also we have created as RYL1. When I go for this option, can you see here it says as change company code. Change company code. When I go to this and say that my company code is RYL1 and then I press enter, so it says specify an existing value. Though the company is available and charts of accounts is also available, still it says that specify an existing value. So why? Because in SAP it will directly not swap to any other company to give you the details. At least one ledger we have to create it. Only when we create the ledger, one ledger, we can change the charts of accounts. So what I will do, I'll go for this expenses. Okay, expenses. I'll create it as a table so that it will be easy for you to understand. So general ledger heading I will give here as expenses. Let me go for this. I'm creating as expenses. Under this expenses, first one I'll create as purchase. So expenses ledger name, what is the number here? 100 10001. So you have to make sure the same thing you are giving here. Okay, 10001. And remember the charts of accounts. So first I will go for this create. When I go for this create GL account, so 10001. The company code for which I am creating is RYL1. Enter, or you can click on this check-in marks, tick mark. Now coming to this option, you will get a list, select as expenses. So this will allow you to do now. In case by mistake, if I'm selecting something else, so it says here, see, income is defined between this number range. So you won't be able to create it. So again, expenses. Expenses will come under profit and loss statement. So select that profit and loss statement. And here we are creating as purchase the short text. Long text you can give it. Here you can give 15 characters. 1 5 15 characters, and here you can use up to 30 characters, 30 or even 50 characters, sometimes 50. Okay, so here if you want to give it in a brief abbreviation you can use it, or simply use the same thing. Both the places I am using as purchase. First step, in type and descriptions, under accounts group, expenses, then profit and loss statement, Then here it is short text and long text I've given as purchase. Second step, go to control data. So currency by default it is INR, that is Indian currency. Don't make any changes here until unless it is required. So now in the line item display, sort key, how do I need to arrange my transactions? Highest number, suppose I made a sales for purchase for 5,000, sales for again purchase for 10,000, then 2,000, like this I'm making. But I need this all the entries to be arranged from ascending order, descending order, how you want to arrange. I don't want this ascending and descending order. I want all my entries to be arranged based on a date of entries. For getting the transaction based off the date of entries, in the sort key you have an option as 001 based on entry date, posting date. So other than that, you have many options to choose. I'll choose this 001 posting date. Second step. In a control data, by default, accounting currencies INR, I need all my entries to display based on the sorting key 001. Second option. Third option, you have an option create bank interest. Your field status variant, we are recording a general accounting transactions of expenses, income, purchase. So in detail purchase and sales we will see. General account is most probably we will be using for all the accounting transactions. So here I will give here as G001. I'm giving this as G001. I press enter. Then this is done. Now you can save this. One ledger we have created. After saving this, see data is saved. But this A101 company code details it is not showing. Now we will change this, swap this company code saying that RYL1. When I select this and enter, I got this expenses below expenses 10001 expenses. Let's try doing the other one also. After expenses, I'll create as wages 10002. Then I will create as office rent 10003. Continuation, if you keep it, it will be good. If you are skipping here and there and doing it, but it must be within the number range. So make sure it is within the number range itself. Okay. So office rent. Then I'll go with salary. Salary 10004. Okay. These are the four things we are going to create. Next one is wages. Again, I'll go to create 10002 under RYL1 company code. Enter. Types and description, profit and loss, and the expenses. I'll directly give here as wages, short text as well as long text, both as wages. Comes under profit and loss, description, short text and long text, both I'm using wages. Now going to control data. By default, accounting currency is set to INR. I don't have to go with the drop down and search. Directly I will give as 001. That is posting date wise. Then we will go for create bank interest. So field status group you have. In the place of field status group, I will give it as G001. This is for general ledger. Now I will save this. I'll accept this. So two ledgers we have created. Third one, I need it as office rent. So account number 10003 RYL1 company code. Types and description comes under expenses P&L account as office rent. Office rent in short text as well as in long text. Going to control data, sort key 001 because accounting currency exists by default as INR. Create bank interest, the field status variant G001, the default one for the general ledger, and then save this. Another one more ledger under expenses, create, okay. So 10004 for RYL1, Royal One Company. Types and description under expenses, profit and loss, and here we are taking it as salary. And then GL account. GL account, same thing, I will say it here as salary. Going to control data, sort key 001, create bank interest. Then in this field status variant G001, save it. Save this. Okay, I have saved it. After saving this, see all this four we have created. Let's continue with this income. Income is having 2,000,001 to 30,000. We will create it under income. Now going to this, let me create one more table. I'll create sales 2,001, 2,001, and then sale of scrap, sale of scrap 2,002, and then interest from bank 2,003. So three ledgers we are going to create under this income. Okay, before I start going with income ledger creation, if anyone having a doubts with the expenses, you can let me know. If not, drop it as one in a chat box. Okay, Krupa has no doubts. So only Krupa is listening. Okay, Pooja, Aditya, no doubts. Now let me go with this another one, income creation. So again, create. So you have an option to create. There is no shortcut key. Click on this create 2,001 Royal, then enter. Again going to this income also falls under profit and loss statement. I'll say here as sales. Again here also sales. Then we will go for control data, sort key 001. Then create bank interest. So G001. Same steps, only you have to make sure you are creating under proper group, proper number range. Okay. Now next one 2,002 under the same company I'm going to create. The creation is under income, which is going to be profit and loss, sale of scrap. Sale of scrap. Let me copy this. Same thing, select, Control C copy, Control V paste, then go to control data. In a control data, sort key 001 and then create bank interest G001. After this, I'll save this. You can also use Control S to save. The next one, I'll create it as 2,003. Enter. Can you see this? We have a expenses as well as income under one below the other based on the number range. Now I'll take it as incomes, profit and loss in the short text. In the short text, I'm going to give here as interest from bank. I will select this, copy, paste, go to control data, sort key again 001, create bank interest G001, and then I will save this. Control yes. Enough with the expenses and income. Let me go with assets and liabilities. Now let me see, after this 20230, I've created assets. So the next number range is of assets. Assets we will create. I'll go for this, for creationing of table. So something I'll create it. So first one, cash, that is your cash in hand as 30001. Then cash at bank or the bank name ICICI Bank as 30002. Then computer as a fixed assets 30003. Loan to employees. We are giving a loan to employees. So company is giving. You can also say loan or loans and advances also you can say. Advance to employees 30004. So cash in hand I will create here. So this is having a number range 30001. 30001. Same company code, types. Here when I take assets, make sure you are selecting as balance sheet. Short text, I'm giving cash in hand. Here both the places. Control data as usual. Currency will be there. You have to just go with this. Next one. By default, currency as per your company code, it will take. Field status variant G001 and then save. Enter. So it is created. The same way, next one 30002 for the same company code. We have to create it under assets. Why this is not taking? So what did I give? So I might have given wrong. Maybe 3002 0002 have to create. I'll go for create again. If not, I'll come back to the same screen /n. For coming to this ledger creation, FS00 enter /n FS00 enter. So again going to new 30002 enter. Then here assets under balance sheet ICICI Bank. Then here again the same thing ICICI Bank for short and long text. Then going to control only the sort key 001. Again to create bank interest only the details of field status variant G001. Save this. Okay. So another 30003. 30003 assets balance sheet. So let me take it here as computer. Then long text also falls under computer. Control data sort key 001. Sort key 001. Create bank interest G001. I've given this option. Now when I save this, every time you would have seen this dialog box appearing. Still press enter. So now 3 ledgers under assets we have created. I'll go for the another one. another create. So now I will say 3000004. Okay, so we have to create which one I have taken, assets, balance sheet, loans and advances from employees. The number of characters is too many. So let's see here how it is getting occupied. When I paste it, see, loans and advances. So I'll give a short form, loan and advances to employee. So it is not accepting more than this characters. Now if I give it in a long text, I can give it. So once I give this, I get this an option. Control data, again the same thing, only the sort key. Then the bank interest, you have it as G0001. We will save this. Okay. So we have created assets, expenses, income. It is getting sorted in an alphabetic order. The same way we will create the other one which is left, which is a liabilities. Liabilities. So I'll create here as share capital, the investment made by a business, as C. One more thing, I will create here as 40002, not 1. I'll tell you the reason why. Because there is one concept called as retained earning. Retained earning is always shown in your balance sheet, and that balance sheet under this liabilities. But we had an option to create a retained earning separately previous to the session. Okay, where we have created retained earning under 40001 based on the number range of liabilities. So we will not use the same number range. Even if you use, there won't be a problem, but still it is better to avoid this changes. Sure. So we are taking here as showing that 40002 as a share capital. Okay. After this, so loan, loan from bank. Company is taking a loan from bank. It is a secured loan. I'll take it as 40003. Then I will say reserves. Reserves 40004. If you want to create separately, you can create it, or I'll take it here itself saying that reserves and surplus. Okay, like this we will create. Let me go for this. Share capital, create 40002 under this company code, same company code, taking here liabilities which falls under balance sheet, and then short terms. Share capital and long term is also, long text is also using the same option as share capital. Now going to control data. Control data sort key 001 to arrange the entries in a date order based on posting date order for the general ledger as G001, your field status variant, saving this. Let's go for another liabilities ledger 40003. Text liabilities balance sheet. This falls under, okay, I have taken as loan from bank. You can also mention specific bank like HDFC Bank or loan from Muthoot Finance, Manappuram, whatever you want to take, Bajaj Finance, like that you can mention it. I'll simply say here as same thing, loan from bank. Loan from bank, control data, sort key 001, create bank interest G001, and then I will save this. Control yes. Okay, let's create the next one. 40004 for Royal 1. The last ledger we are creating for liabilities under the balance sheet, saying that reserves and surplus. Let me copy this reserves and surplus, pasting here. Control data 001 and then G001. So these are the ledgers I have created. In this, I have not created a ledger of sundry debtors, sundry creditors, which will show you your balance as accounts payable, accounts receivable, your outstanding amount. These two ledgers I have not yet created. I only created the ledgers for few transactions that is actually required for general ledger document posting. General ledger document posting. How many ledgers is required? Those ledgers I have created. To create those ledgers which is required, that only that I have created. Still we have to create the other ledgers like sundry debtors and creditors, and under debtors the names of my all the customers, and under sundry creditors all the names of my vendors, which is suppliers from whom we make a purchase and to whom we make a sales. Those ledgers we have to create. As of now, first we will finish with the general ledger accounting, then we will move on to the next step of the purchase and sales. So till this master creation, if anybody having a doubt, you can let me know. So we have created only this many ledgers. So assets, liabilities, expenses, income, few ledgers I have created. You can even try to create more ledgers, saying that under assets like printer, then stock in hand. So liabilities, prepaid expenses, then income, you have so many income, so many expenses. All the ledgers you can try to create one after the other, one by one to the respective accounting groups. So we have created few general ledger masters. So till this, if anybody having a doubt, you can ask me. Okay, you can ask me. If no doubts, put it in chat box saying that one. You have to give me a response. Reply me. If you have a doubts, ask me. If no doubts, put it in chat box saying that one. Pooja, no doubts. Then only Pooja is listening to the session. I only get 3 replies from Pooja and then Hamad, then Arya. Arya is left the meeting. So 2 or 3 are responding, others are not even listening to the session. Fine. Do you all are having the software, or do you have any issue with your software? If you have any issue with your software, you can tell me so that we can sort it out. If you have any errors while practicing also, you can tell me now. Till where you have practiced, where you have a doubt, what are your doubts, you can let me know one by one so that we will solve it. We'll try to solve those things. Are you all practicing? Yes, I know there was an exam, you didn't had a time, At least to some extent, did you try to do? Pooja says yes. Okay, Pooja, do you have any doubts? Do you have any doubts? No doubts. Fine. Then who else? Krupa? Krupa, do you have any doubts? No. Manya? Mohammad Roshan? Catherine Nirmala? I have to call your names, I think. So only then you people will reply me. Ibra Khan, Aishwarya, Ahmad, Adeline Serena, Vijay Lakshmi. If you all have any doubts, ask me. If no doubts, at least reply in a chat box. Aishwarya, no doubts.
No doubt, ma'am.
Okay. So Adeline also no doubt. Fine then. I'll just continue with the session. It is very hard to get a reply from you all. Look at this. So till this I have created. Now to continue with the transaction, to continue with the transaction, usually what business will do, they will maintain separate register to keep a record of entries. Okay, record of documents. Say example, now I need a book for maintaining purchase. So purchase register. I need a book for sales. So sales register. I may need a book, okay, which is for cash book. I will maintain a cash book, or some businesses will also maintain a separate book for petty cash book. They will maintain petty cash book. Then they will also maintain general ledger book. So you can just say it as ledger book. Okay, so they have to maintain this books. When they are maintaining it, you will be having a different books, different ledger number. In simple, you have this many books, each book is having a page number, bill number, receipt number, so something you can say. So in any words, there is a number for each and every entry. Even when you go for shopping, you make a purchase, you will be receiving a invoice. That invoice will be having a invoice number. Even when you pay a fees in your college, you have given a receipt, so that receipt number will be there. Bill number you will be having. So those bill number is saying that from which number to which number you are keeping a record to maintain this. Okay, so now in order to record this document number, we call this as, to maintain this book's register details, we call it as document number range. Document number range. This document number range, it is having its own concept of creating the number range. So only for GL account, that is ledger book, for recording any transactions. Okay, for recording any GL general ledger transactions. Okay, general ledger transactions. To do this, you will be called here as, you will be calling this portion as SA. SA means ledger, general ledger, and this must have a number range. So document type for general ledger, You have a document type. You call this as SA. SA is used for general ledger. Then next one, after this general ledger, you have document number. Document number. This must always be 01 for GL account. Then from number. I'll add one more by inserting a column to the left. Give me a minute. So here from number and then to number. From number and to number. You can give anything 1 to 100, 100 to 200, like this, any number range you can give. So I'll give 101 to 500. This is what I want to do it for my transactions. This many transaction I will maintain. We have so many document types to create. As of now, we are only going to work on general ledger type. So one ledger we will create it. For this document number range, I'll be giving you the navigations to you later on in the document entry. Only here giving the T code FS00 for general ledger master, and for creating a document number range, it is FBL1, or one second, 1N, FB1N. Okay, there are different number range, so we will create still like 0, 1, 15, 16, 19. There are so many things. Still we have to create all those things. Before we create, what we will do is we will try to go with an option where we are only creating a GL account. For GL account, the number range 0, 1 we have to create, and transactional code, that is your T code for number range, is FBN1. FBN1. So let me go for this number range /n FBN1, enter. Now my company code is RYL. RYL1. You have here display, then status, change, and then here change intervals. Change intervals is nothing but create intervals. You have a pencil symbol which is used for editing. I'll click on this. Now add a intervals, insert intervals, number 01. For the year 2025-26 we are maintaining. So starting is 2025-26. So give it as 2025. From 101 to 500 we will give. This is a number range I will use. Then I press enter. So you can see it has been added. Current number is 0 because I have not done any of the entries. Until you do transaction one by one, it will start increasing. So current number 101, 102, 103 till where you have done. As of now, we have done only no transactions. So because of that, it is showing you as 0. Go to create intervals 0, 1 for which year 2025. There is no combination which you will be saying here as SA, KR, nothing. But you must remember which one is used for which one. So 101 is from number to number 500. Now I'll go with this. Next one, save. I'm going to use this save. So document number range is saved. The data were saved. Okay. So now we will start doing the transaction. We have to do the document entry, document posting, means recording of transactions. So before I start recording transaction, till this one, if anyone is having a doubt, you can say me. Is anyone having a doubt? Krupa, no doubts. Okay, Pooja also no doubts. Okay, listen now. So till these things I have done, now you will have to continue practicing all those things. So if you can do all the steps till today, whatever we have done, we can continue with the entries together. You can follow my instruction and keep doing along with me. If not, I'll just show you the transaction. Later on, you can practice it. Okay, so posting of entries we will be doing in tomorrow's session. Clear? So I'm stopping with this. Entries we will continue with tomorrow's session. The same timing, same link which is shared today. Okay, the today's link which is given to you, that link you have to follow for all the classes from today onwards, year after. Fine then. In that case, that's all for today. We'll continue in tomorrow's session. See you everyone. Bye then. Take care.